Take it away past me from a month ago.
Position when you are wrong. So, when both sides are wrong in a right or wrong argument, the easiest thing to do is take yourself into the outsider third-party perspective, and then you win the argument, right? Just saying, I don't side with either side, I think both are wrong. That's what's happening, so you're just right. And then the more you analyze from that perspective, right, you can acknowledge the things that are good on both sides, you can acknowledge the things that are bad on both sides. You don't have to be a fucking dumbass debate bro. Like, the people who currently make their entire life debating each other online about politics, you can just play art. You can play beautiful things and enjoy it and analyze them and criticize them and make something better. Make your own better art. Like, I love Elden Ring, but I think the story is too grimdark, right? Isn't that a crazy thing to say about a Dark Souls story? It's like my favorite series. I like Star Wars and hopeful stories, so if I were to ever make a Dark Souls game, it would be in a brighter setting. But not...
I'll be right back. I will say, past me, when you said that calling for political violence is wrong regardless of the side, you were onto something. And we're back. So in that stream that I opened this stream with from about a month ago, I go on to talk about how saying someone is a valid military target is dangerous rhetoric, speaking, right, a talking point, because you have a large platform and a responsibility to your fans to not incite violence. Rest here with me as long as you like. I'm not ready to leave yet, and a little company is always nice. I couldn't agree more. It happened exactly as I said it would. You know, something wrong with being a debate bro, is what I said in that clip. Allow me to explain. Allow me to further elaborate. Calling for the death of somebody is one thing. Somebody who speaks against your existence is a threat. And you not respecting people's intelligence enough to view it as a threat because maybe you're a white supremacist and they happen to be born darker than you, right? Is dumb for a million reasons. But one of those reasons is that you aren't respecting their intelligence, right? I like this game because it respects the intelligence by being difficult. From this safe vantage, I can keep watch for threats while I work. These lowlands are brittle and dangerous. Keep your weapon close. You know, sure. Rather spend it than lose it. Seems like greed is running rampant. So, while I agree, political violence, bad. There is a form of political violence more sinister that is just talking. And saying it's only talking is part of the problem. You don't want political violence. Well, when you speak violence and incite violence through your words, then you can't be surprised when a fucking lunatic out of the masses of millions of people spoken to on your platform winds up taking shit too seriously and acting in violence. It doesn't matter what you fucking believe when you spout to millions, and one of the millions is likely a fucking lunatic. Okay? So anyway. Who knows why they believe what they believe? But feigning ignorance, pretending you don't know. Well, someone smart enough to see through the guise. Unfortunately for you. It is bad. It is sad. And it's not illegal to say that the irony is that the person who shot him thought that he deserved it. So much so that he was willing to take a life. Pilgrim, you are blessed to walk the foundations of Farloom. You're blessed to walk the foundations of Farloom. Humble yourself before the shells of those who gave their lives to hold our kingdom's weight. It happened exactly as I said it would. To the people I said it would. For the reasons I said it would. I don't know who needs to hear that. But just thought I would say. It wasn't about being right, but I'm right. It was more of a warning to be taken seriously. Kind of like the allegories of this game. Or Dark Souls, right? A blind follower acting through violence instead of talking their mind, because the person they talked to, right, the person that was speaking, never admitted they were wrong. They never conceded that maybe their racist dipshit ideals were something causing violence in others, right? They were in the middle of a sentence about gang violence when they were shot in the neck. And while I disagree wholeheartedly with what he was saying, I said about a month ago that you should never resort to violence. Violence should only be done in self-defense, right? To violence, right? The calls to violence against you and your people count as violence to the wise. So, of course, they acted violently. Your weaponized ignorance doesn't work at the end of a lunatic's gun. They're crazy. You're trying to speak reason to a crazy person. They're fucking crazy, alright? They want the violence. So, those people exist, is what I was saying before. Woo. And that's why you have to be careful. They exist on both sides. No one is at fault. It's easy to blame the person speaking, but I think if you're calling for political violence to stop, keep that energy. Dangerous rhetoric that costs people their lives because you're speaking like they are some sort of enemy. Well, that should be banned too. Racism, hate speech. Those things aren't allowed. But somehow people find a way to get them into politics, like the guy who got shot in the neck. Maybe they're both wrong, like I was saying in that clip. And taking a third-party stance out of emotion is the most logical thing. You're valid in your anger, but the way you express it is who you end up being. So all the talk of civil war and political violence, keep that energy. That's all I say. You're almost there. You're almost there. Keep that energy. I'll give an allegory, right? A little story that might make you realize what I'm talking about. If I'm telling my millions of followers that might have a lunatic amongst them that you, right, are the enemy and you need to be dealt with in any way possible, and I have no empathy or sympathy for you, like Charlie Kirk did throughout his career to others, do you think that you would take up arms against me to stop the fucking dangerous hate speech that is an act of violence against you if you have a fucking brain that can deduce that inciting violence to millions against you as the target is the bad thing, right? All you have to do is put yourself in their shoes. Could you imagine a little fucking empathy? Oh, who would have thought? The thing they ask for is the thing they lack. Aww. I do feel bad, but I'm not gonna fake like I agreed with him, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say, in the eyes of the person who shot him, he didn't deserve it. I don't think violence is the answer, but that guy believed so much that he deserved it that he was willing to shoot the guy in the fucking neck. So that's as much as that's as conviction based as you can have. It's not the right convictions, but he was convinced that that was what he needed to do. And I don't know if we even caught the person we said we did, and it was a right-wing grifter, but you know, I'm not even going to make a joke about themselves eating their own kind, because that is what they always say about left or right. Again, the true bad thing is violence, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he wasn't inciting violence through his speech. I'm not a fucking moron. But, beginning with a clip from a month ago, I already said all of this in different words in a nicer time. I don't think anyone was listening. So, it bears repeating. It doesn't matter if you like it. Facts don't care about your feelings. He incited violence throughout his entire career, and some fucking lunatic was driven to violence. If you can't see the irony in that, well, you're a fucking moron. And I hope you're not inciting violence. Or worse, you're pretending to be dumb too. And you know what? I don't stand for pretending to be dumb. That's the one thing that I hate. No. The flame ateth the bead. Remember when I said that you shouldn't worry about emotion when you're trying to do right by the dead? Because they're already dead, for whom the bells toll. Right? Send not to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for you, the living, because you're the ones that have to live in the world where that person died. It is very unfortunate, but also ironic. And I laugh at it in my spare time. If you fail to see the irony, then you accidentally might repeat the same actions. I could have swore we just played a game about not following blindly and becoming a better version of yourself and not putting it on other people, right? Especially not because of the circumstances of their birth. What is that Mewtwo quote? This guy likes to quote the Bible, right? Which ends up talking about slavery and all this shit being okay. How about we talk about Pokemon? I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what they do with the gift of life that truly defines them, right? That's Mewtwo that said that. If you spend your whole life talking about hate and how it's valid and that people who die to gun violence, right, are just a necessary statistic that will never be zero, like he did. That's what he said throughout his career multiple times. And then you die to gun violence. That's what we call irony, right? You might not have a brain to realize that, but that's why it is funny to those who are traumatized by things like 9/11. You know, we were talking about respecting the intelligence of people. Saying that people deserved 9/11, whether they be the government or innocent civilians, isn't smart, right? It's not the same as those who make a joke to cope with the trauma. There's a nuance there. There are Americans who, like, my family is from New York. My mom, my grandpa, my uncles and aunts, and my family's from New York. So I have seen people who genuinely can't even stomach 9/11 being discussed about. Even though they weren't there, we lost family. And then, you know, there are people in my family who joke about it in a way to cope with the horror of what happened and would never wish ill on civilian lives and or the government people. It doesn't matter to them, the conspiracies, right? Who did it and why and what. It's the people who claimed it as a right thing that they hate. People who said that it was a good thing. There are those who joked to cope with it and those who joked to mock people and innocent civilians dying. And that is one of the biggest things. People say Israel did 9/11, all this shit. You know, it doesn't actually matter in terms of conspiracies, is the thing that I always talk about. It really matters who claimed it and why they say it was right or wrong. Right? I don't think the innocent people in the Middle East even joked about it. But I have grown up seeing people laugh at 9/11. Some doing it out of a sadness, right? And not ever wanting something like that to happen again. And some people laughed at it like, oh, America deserved 9/11. And you know what? They're wrong. But I don't know if they would ever admit that. I was one layer too high. So to all those calling for an end to political violence right now, keep that energy against dangerous rhetoric that is racist and causes violence against anyone else that's not a fucking white dude who spent his entire life conveniently hating on people who wound up happy that he got shot in the neck. Even this game, Silksong, about not following blindly and religion driving people to violence, right? Using religious violence, like the Crusades, as an excuse to do something you want to do, rather than talking about what actually should probably need to happen. Actually, we should go up and to the right. I hear someone singing, but I don't know. Ah, I see. Who are you? How sad. A little spider has fallen from its cage. So lost. So weak. Poor little morsel. I can save you, little spider. All the trouble you'd face above. All the suffering. It's so simple. I'll just skewer you here and now. Pluck that flickering life right out of you. Your threats are worthless, child. If you are my foe, stay your voice and raise your blade. Delicious. I like you already. Whoa, I tried to bounce off her. Good duel. Oh my god. On the other side of the fucking planet. God damn it. Nope. Ah. On guard. Oh my god. Oh, come the fuck on. I tried to jump off of that to do a bounce, but it actually just jumped straight into her. Alright. Try it again. The fuck? Damn it. It like pulled me back into the attack. Noted. So that's got like a vacuum effect. You just can't be on that side of her when she casts the tabs. This fucking game. Alright. Oh, see, it pulled me backwards. That was the most clear pulling backwards. God damn. Okay, so you have to jump over her if you get the parry. You have to go the opposite direction. It still might pull me in, but that seems to be the safest. It's a little lame that you can dodge something and then it vacuums you into the move to do 2 hearts, but whatever. Not much you can do about that. Ask not for no, whatever the bells whom they toll. No, I'm just kidding. Ask not for whom the bell tolls, right? It tolls for thee. Bug birds. Alright, I'm gonna send the chat signal out. Because I was right a month ago about exactly what had happened. About everything that everyone did and said and the repercussions of their actions. It's like a prophecy, honestly, you could say. Can we stop angry finger pointing and agree it's horrible and monstrous to shoot another human, right? That's what Jimmy Kimmel said. Exactly. And it's monstrous what he did throughout his life. You don't need to finger point angrily. You could just acknowledge what's wrong, right? You want to acknowledge what's wrong. It's wrong to shoot someone, and it's wrong to tell people to go and shoot other people, right? He advocated for guns and white supremacist bullshit ideals. I don't give a fuck. I sympathize more with the innocent people in his life that are now traumatized due to his actions, right? The consequence of his own actions are going to be, what is it? The sins of the father lay bare upon the child or whatever. And we've said sins of the father about 1,000,000 times because of Metal Gear Solid, but that's literally what's going to happen. Now his children grow up without a father. Everyone wants to incite the victim card of the child and be like, think of the children. Yeah, think of the children. Imagine if he actually gave a fuck. Right? Maybe he wouldn't have been spouting hateful fucking shit his whole life. Maybe. Just maybe. But it goes back to my Elden Ring Dark Souls take again. I don't blame him for following religion because that's what he was taught. I might think he's a fucking idiot, but he has the freedom in this country to practice the dipshit things like that. It's when it comes to inciting people to do violence and claiming that it's religious reasons why he's doing the things, right? Well, then he's not just using religion as a coping mechanism, as he was taught. He's using it as a weapon, and for his words, a tricky guise, right? He's lying because it goes against the entire point of his argument. To call for violence against other people and it write off their suffering, and then when you suffer at the exact hands of the thing you said isn't a problem, right? You spent your entire career diminishing the importance of shooters and school shootings, right? He and Alex Jones spouted the same fucking bullshit, right? Well, you died to a school shooting. That's fucking ironic and almost directly what you were causing, right, with your words. Almost, because he didn't want himself to get shot. He just wanted other people to get shot by the lunatics that he was talking to. That's why, again, with you can talk that political violence is bad. Acknowledge that he was inciting political violence with his just talking bullshit. It's, if I say that someone should kill you, that's fucking illegal. You shouldn't do that because it's illegal to say someone should kill you or I want to kill you, right? That is fucking insane. Or saying that someone should kill one person in the exact same way that he died, right? That's inciting violence. That's fucking crazy. That's what I'm advising against. So it doesn't matter which side, whether you're Charlie Kirk or Hassan, right? It's bad. And these are the exact reasons it's bad. It's not a hypothetical. It's not a metaphorical. The guy got shot in the fucking neck for the exact reasons we're talking about. And that's where my theories color me not fucking surprised at all, even in the slightest. Holy shit, how much health do these guys have? It's like another boss. The fuck? I underestimated my opponent, right? Also, to tie it back into the game, Charlie Kirk, as an allegory in this game, he would be the religious freaks who continue down the path, lost their way, and are now violent because they lost their way. Right? That describes him. He was angry in a lot of his debates, and he was inciting violence, and lo and behold, he got done in by the exact kind of fucking violence he minimized throughout his entire life. That's ironic. Isn't that ironic, Bo Burnham? Religious people who are all about faith like him like to use statistics, ironically, because they don't really care about those kinds of arguments. I think it's rich that when it suits their purpose, they're about analytics, and when it goes against them, they're about faith. It's almost like they don't actually stand for anything and they're doing it for the money. And that's when it doesn't matter what he actually truly believed. It matters the actions speaking louder than the words, right? Where have I heard that before? Ensha. I will be having words with the game developers. No. How the fuck did I get bounced off of the platform? This was just a money room? Oh, no. I'm like, there was nothing in this room but a dude and some cash? Oh, okay, never mind. Secret tunnel. I'm really good at finding secrets. God damn, how much money is here? Excuse you. You should really play Elden Ring. As much as I love this game, Haven't really played it enough to vouch for it in the end game, but I've beaten every single fucking From Software, Souls, fantasy-themed Souls-like. I would like to call bullshit formally. Hit the guy twice and nothing happened. Wait, these guys are just running from me. You can be sad, but don't say he didn't deserve it. Now you're just lying to yourself. No, I got sniped from off screen. That's bad. I had so many fucking souls over there. That's the one thing I can complain about in a Souls-like game. When you lose your progress like that, oh my god, I had so many fucking souls. This is why I keep these things in my inventory. I knew some shit like that is gonna happen. It's still a video game, so of course there are gonna be glitches. I don't think that was a glitch either. The guy just straight up threw something off screen. I couldn't even see his wind-up. How the fuck was I supposed to dodge that? Oh, they give you a lot of money here. Alright, we go up actually. Up despite the enemies, even if they are fallen friends. Nope, we push on. Never mind, now we have to kill things. Thank you. We'll get a map one day. I do feel a lot of the political commentators are scared, rightfully so, of violence, right? So they're like, hey, well, let's not shoot political commentators who are just talking. And to them I ask, are you inciting violence with your words? Because then some fucking lunatic is gonna think that you are actually a danger to them and will fucking shoot you just like they shot him. Unfortunately. Ilgrim, you who have held tight to faith have been carried far. This station shall offer brief rest to those devout. Well, I'm not really devout, but I'm sure it'll still offer me kindness and comfort. Sister, my aching shell's close to breaking, my voice weakens, I can hardly sing a word. I fear the path ahead will be no easier for you, ma'am. If you cannot abandon your pilgrimage, you should at least rest well before continuing. Ah, but impurities stalk our every step, sister. If we rest too long, they shall catch us. So it is sung. Ah, I am so tired, but to tarry long would be sacrilege. Yeah, don't get too comfortable now. A warrior using the beads of the fallen in the way that they're meant to be. Not with faith, but cold logic. I like this character. Come to rest your weary body. The climb is agonizing, and even the devout must mind their limits. I'm impressed to find any without firm claw upon a weapon that could ascend so far. Indeed, we're lucky to have made it here, luckier than many others. Or perhaps the difference between the lucky and unlucky is merely faith? Now, while we rest, shall we make trade? If you have rosaries, I'll take them gladly. If I have faith, then let it be in myself. Hold on. Wait, what is this saying? What was it? An ancient incantation that is more akin to the divine invocation of the horn set than it is to dragon communion. Wait, an incantation of what is jokingly called the bear communion channels the power of Regalia, the great red bear. Only through desperate battle with the feral wild can one discover a god unique to one's self. Maybe we're not so different after all. Memories only weigh us down, but some pilgrims still cling to them with unseemly devotion. Yeah, you're fighting over ancient wars of people who don't fucking exist anymore. This memory isn't yours, but perhaps you could find some use for it. That pouch of yours, with the scraps left here and a little work, I could add some pockets for you. Let you carry more tools and shards while on the road. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? A holy burden to help maintain your poise. Whether striking others or being struck yourself, you'll remain firmly in place. Not interested in trade. I wonder, will your rosaries weigh you down during your ascent? That is actually a really good allegory for money weighing you down. He's like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to carry more money? Actually, your money might weigh you down. The thing being kind of how I was upset about losing souls. Or losing the rosaries. What the fuck was that? Wasn't you. Okay, there's something in there. Can we go this way? No? Oh, there's a path, though. I don't know what part of me said jump. I think it was the shaking of the fucking platform. Where the fuck am I? Ooh. Fuck is this? You have to come here and use something. There's never an empty room with an icon for no reason. I wonder what that is, though. No, I wanted to hit that. I'm gonna leave this here. They do not need shells. Oh, we're gonna get a map. Hold on. Come on. This is gonna be a tough jump. Nope. Oh, holy shit. Ah, fast travel. Fuck yeah. Beat a boss. Got some progress. Yeah. Is this what it's supposed to look like? Pling, plong, pling. Bells. I don't know if she's gonna have the map for the zone I haven't been to yet. I think I have to find her in the zone. But we can go check. The fuck is that? Porn bots found their ways to Steam. I thought my Instagram likes, right? The people who are liking my posts were just those kinds of bots, but I guess they're on Steam now. Damn it! Do we leave him sleeping? A very painful I told you so, because I don't think people give a fuck, is really my summary of the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Like, damn, it's almost like this is exactly the thing I said would happen in the exact way I said it would happen to the exact people I said it would happen to, in the almost exact time frame I said it would happen. Damn, that's fucking crazy. I knew that was gonna happen. Fuck is this? You put a bomb on a wall and it doesn't do anything? Okay. There was a light here. I'll show you what's up. This sunbeam right here. See this? This is lit up with like, and this isn't all lit up. You could see it better from here. The left has sunbeams the left has sunbeams going down, right? The blue sunbeams. And then the doorway has horizontal golden sunbeams going straight towards it. So if you look at how the light is pointing, it points you straight and it points you up. That's game design. Negative space. The place where there isn't a fucking thing, they just filled with beams of light. That's cool. Ooh. Oh, really? A secret inside of a secret? You sly fucking devils, you. Where the fuck am I? Dude, I'm looking at the far right of the map. I'm on like the furthest end. What the fuck? A secret in a secret. That's diabolical. Fuck. Holy fuck! They're throwing explosives. What? Oh, there was another person. He just came out of fucking nowhere. Was he just not there a second ago? Am I crazy? Rewind and see where that guy came from, because he just straight up popped out of fucking nowhere. Fuck, I don't have a map? Are you serious? Okay, so I fell to the far bottom. And then we went in here. And then there's a secret here. That one's not really a secret. The way that the map moves, like, or the way that the foreground disappears when you're in there, makes it feel like a secret, but the secret fucking wall, that's a secret. Now that's a secret. Okay, can you hit those back? Glad I didn't keep going forward. Where did he come from? Ah, he actually pops up from the ground. He literally was not there a second ago. That's crazy. I was like, was there just no one there and then all of a sudden there was a person? Yes. A triple secret? What the fuck is this map? That bombed the fuck out of here. That's what that felt like. I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna give me anything I need, but you know. Fuck it. Oh, never mind. Ooh, something I needed. Okay, I immediately was wrong. I thought it was just gonna give me more shards or whatever, which I haven't fucking used on anything.
And you know what? I will even criticize gaming, right? My favorite thing. More games should be like Elden Ring, right? Unafraid to criticize things like the blind following of religion. And that's why I think Silksong and Elden Ring do so well. These are the kinds of feelings that everyone has, but they're scared to say against religious zealots who are willing to shoot them in the fucking throat for some dipshit belief that an idiot personality told them. So even though I really wish you'd listen to me, I kind of don't. I hope you find a way to get answers for yourself. There's a secret downstairs? And there's a secret up top left? I have so many questions. These are all lies. This is just straight up fucking lies. Yeah. There's no way you could get up there from there. How the fuck am I supposed to get out of here? Just the way I came? Okay, that was schmovement. I don't care what you say. Goddamn. Oh, that is my new play. You can jump at someone, bounce off of them, and dash away now? What the fuck is this game? Oh, and there's like a horizontal dash. There is a place early on where I could have used that, so I'm gonna try. Uh-oh. Okay, not a boss. Yet. It had a little golden needle in its neck. Was the Weaver chick that we just fought responsible for that thing's death? Is that what they're trying to tell you? Is that the environmental storytelling? And I'm dead. Secret wall? No. Any indent like that, I'm gonna attack to see if it's a secret wall. Okay, mistakes were made, but I couldn't see the bottom of that pit, so. My jaw just dropped. My flabber was gasted. I need a moment. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone here. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hollow Knight. What the fuck was that area called? Is it the Ancient Basin? Get the map of Hollow Knight up. Was it Deep Nest? The Royal Waters? Or Ancient Basin? Hold on. Where the fuck is it, dude? This exact structure shows up in Hollow Knight, the first game. Is it Deep Nest? Where the fuck was this? Oh my god. I can't believe it. That's a cool callback.
You go... You... Fuck, dude, I need to find it. Is it Kingdom's Edge? It might be Kingdom's Edge. One of the lower areas of Hollow Knight, right? I remember seeing it, I just don't remember exactly which one, and I remember the kind of area that it was in like the bottom. Jesus fucking Christ, Hollow Knight is huge. Here, this is the map. It's either Ancient Basin, Deep Nest, or Kingdom's Edge. One of these three has this exact structure, but it's a ruins. It's pitch black and it's in a dark cave and everything's destroyed. So this is us getting to see what the civilization was like in Hollow Knight before it was destroyed. That's fucking crazy. It was like one little environmental thing and I'm like, oh, that's what this game is about? God damn. That's fucking cool. That's environmental storytelling. It's a game about bugs. And I'm like, damn, it might beat Night Rain as a game of the year. Yeah, because look, the top thing right there is like the exact Deep Nest thing that I've been... that I just pulled up. But that's what I was thinking of. Well, aren't you a sight? No, don't tell me. You're as odd as they come. Your poise, your form. Are you hunted, pursued? The Citadel would see a fine prize in you. It is as you say, madam. Veiled bugs brought me to your land. I seek them now for answers. Ha! Fierce, too. These are bleak times, but a powerful stray like you could certainly cause some change. Well then, I've no love for that holy caste, and I do worry for this kingdom's ailing state. If you're seeking to settle a score, perhaps I could lend some aid. If you're planning to ascend from these low fields, you'll be needing some lift. And I'm just the bug to help. Oh, shit! Are we getting a new cape? They're wearing red. Head for the caves beyond my home. The bugs within produce a marvelous spine. Flexible, yet strong. Collect their spines, return to me, and I'll soon have your old cloak transformed into something far more buoyant. Why, yes! Yes, of course! I love granting wishes. Though I will say, careful what you wish for. A smart choice. Get out there and gather those spines. And best you be quick about it. As nice as it is to have the company, if you can hang around too long, those Citadel bugs will turn their gaze on me as well. Well, no guilt by association should condemn an ally of mine. I leave, even though it is only hardship I face out on the road. Let's go, shall we? But is it you with the spine? It's gotta be the, like, flying bugs, right? She should have added a fucking description to the bugs that I'm hunting. Nope. Ah. The most Mario looking enemy I've ever seen in my life. Nice. Okay. Did the spine like go fucking flying or something? What the hell? Is it a drop chance? Oh my god, that's disgusting. A quest item that has a chance of dropping. That's like my least favorite thing about Classic WoW. No! This game was so good. Okay, Night Rain beats it just for that. You have drop chances on quest items? What is this, fucking 2002? Get out of here. Killing them is not enough. You need to kill 100 of them. Suck my whole cock. Fuck. Component grinds. Whoa, that looks like the Hollow Knight. What the fuck? Not exactly, but like way more than most enemies. No! Oh, my beads! Oh, okay. They have transcended beyond this mortal coil. Or mortal realm with their mortal coil. But they returned. Excuse me? Is the quest item up top there? What's happening with these quest items? Are you fucking kidding me that there's a drop chance? What? Is the game broken? Or is it, I have to farm 25 of these things and they're not dropping? Because I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna say this game fucking sucks if that's the case. You're gonna try and make me farm out a goddamn component. You have so much game and you're making me stay in one spot and fight the same fucking enemy 100 times. Oh my god. What? What? Are you fucking kidding me? That can't be true. Please tell me my game is just glitched and they're not dropping, because I actually can't believe that. Looked like I hit it out of the corpse, which would be cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so you do hit it out of the corpse, which is something they did not specify. But the fact that the item can break. How the fuck are you supposed to farm them out if they're above spikes that break the item that you're after? It's not quite as bad as we had thought, but it's still pretty bad. I knew that was gonna happen. Fuck! It didn't grab onto that top ledge and it just dropped my ass. Alright. Now we know that you can farm them. Weird, because that's 3 different drop like 3 different ways to collect items off of fallen enemies. Some of them just drop the item when you've beaten them, like that. Some of them you have to interact with, like the shawls at the beginning. And now you have to attack the body to get the thing. What the fuck? Like that. I didn't attack him, but he dropped it. I have so many comments, questions, concerns for the game designers. Well, how does the drop work? I have so many goddamn questions. What the fuck is happening? Some of them drop it when you attack them. Some of them drop it when they die. And some of them don't drop it. I'm all about consistency in my games, and that is literally the most inconsistent thing in this game so far. Oh, you attack those. Goofy game time. Something odd, something dubious. Far song. So you have to break the spines off of the ground that they're shooting? I'm guessing they just aligned with the things that they shot because they shot them down, and it just covered the spine on the ground, so you couldn't see the thing that I was attacking this whole time. It's got to be this, right? Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay. We have 11. That makes barely any sense. It's called a core. So it does make sense to like cut it out of an enemy. Okay. You just gotta let them... You don't even need to kill them. Actually, no, you have to hit them for them to shoot, so... That's interesting. Also, what's up, Malayo? Hope all is well. I have been complaining about the geopolitical state of the world this whole time, but I have been taken out of it by the game design of Silksong. The game's movement going from Hollow Knight feels like going from Mario 64 to Mario Sunshine. How I described it to one of the boys, my friend, one of my moderators in chat. He hasn't been in chat in a bit, but he's been living life. He's been playing it and way further ahead. So I was messaging him like, "Is the game good? Have you been liking it?" And he was saying the same thing as most people, that like the movement is different from the original, right? And I said in response that the game is making you feel like you're a different character, which might be the point, right? So why do people expect it to move like the knight from the first game? You are not the knight from the first game. He's gone. You are Wasp now, who moves like this. I love the movement. It is fantastic, but one of the complaints I saw of like, I can't get used to the bounce, right? I was like, that is literally the difference. It's like a phantom pain, right? You were playing a different character now. This was a resting spot at some point. I'm starting to recognize the ruins, which is cool. Let me in! God damn it. I'm sure we'll get something for that, but... It's a bit weird to chain things together with the knight. Honestly, the boss fight I just did versus the lady wearing all the white supremacist lady is what I'll call her. Which it isn't with Hornet because the animations are clear. I think the animations are way more smooth in this one for sure. Bringeth. There we go. That's probably what they spent 7 years perfecting, was the movement. Alright, well. How many of these do I have now? 20. I need 2 more. 1 more, because I think there's one up here I could get. Oop. It is gone. The forward dash midair is also so nice. Okay, ow. Can't really use it in a tight hallway like that, and also ambush. Not the nicest. Also, I do not know where you are in the world, but I'm sure everyone on the planet has heard now about the shooting. And that's kind of what we've been talking about. I've tried to tie it into the themes of this game as well as Dark Souls, which might be an inspiration for it, but... I'm gonna be having words with the game developer. This is fucking unacceptable. Alright. Mission accomplished. It took me forever to realize what I had to do. I think it is cool that the game mechanic is unique to how you loot them, but they should have clarified. It would have been like a 10 out of 10 quest if they didn't if they just told you, hey, they're gonna shoot needles at you and you have to attack the fucking needles. Right? That would have been it. I've heard about it, but I never knew about the victim. He was a right-wing commentator. Essentially, what I said a month ago during my Elden Ring playthrough happened. I said that you shouldn't call for political violence, regardless of which side you're on, but if you are a debate bro, you can always argue for a side. So never making concessions and never admitting you're wrong is dangerous because your words may be a peaceful protest in your eyes, but you're actually radicalizing and inciting violence against people of color, right? Because he sided with people like Alex Jones, right, in the Epstein thing. And what Alex Jones literally denied a school shooting happening, and that's why his entire empire fell, right? That's why he lost in court, and that's the whole thing that happened. So they were wrong and dumb. And it's sad that it happened, but not surprising. Because I said this exactly what happened a month ago on stream while playing Elden Ring. Because of a political commentator who talks about that guy who got shot. Charlie Kirk. Well then, I could tell by the rattling from within your cloak, your hunt was a success. If you'll kindly pass over the spines, I can get to work. Yeah, it's indirect, but still not very good. Yeah, how I phrased it, there's just 2 things I need to say, right? This summarizes it perfectly. They spent their entire career dismissing gun violence and saying that people who died to gun violence were a necessary evil to keeping the guns, right? Keeping guns. And I think that you should moderate guns and do background checks, not prohibit guns entirely, because there are lunatics and bad actors who will get them illegally and do shootings. And it's not like a good guy stops it with a good guy with a gun stops it. Like, that's a dumb fucking non-argument, because that never really happens. The good guys who stop it are arguably also bad in some respects. So it's like, I'm not trying to choose a side, I'm just analyzing what happened. He spent his entire career dismissing school shootings, and he died in a school shooting. That is the definition of irony. That is like exactly an ironic twist of fate. And further that, right, he spent his career inciting violence with the gun violence rhetoric right? So him talking about guns the way he did, yeah, that's pretty ironic, not to be disrespectful. Exactly. I feel bad for his children who are innocents, who are too young to even know what the fuck politics I'm talking about. I am not talking to them, right? I'm not talking to children. If you understand the political state of the world, right, you're not a child. So it's like, I think that it's bad that it happened because innocent suffered, and that was the point the whole time. His rhetoric and what he said throughout his life was that the way he died is okay and justified and a necessary evil. That's ironic. So it is bad, and with the money, which is the thing that truly made him... you can't defame the dead, right? So I think the greed is what got to him to make him say the dumb shit that got him killed. That is the most respectful I can be, right? Because that is just me talking about exactly what the fuck happened. You spent your life spouting hate, and you died at the hands of the fucking hate you spouted. That's just exactly what happened. I've said violence isn't the answer. You should only practice training to defend yourself, right? Go and learn how to shoot. Go and learn martial arts. Do not ever resort to violence to answer an argument. If you know you're right, you can argue until you're red in the fucking face. And if you realize you're wrong, you should make concessions and agree and change your fucking worldview. He never changed his worldview, and he died on the hill of irony. That's it. Well then, I could tell by the rattling from within your cloak, your hunt was a success. If you'll kindly pass over the spines, I can get to work. Here you go. To be fair, if he indirectly causes violence, how much they cause depends on whether you're counting or not counting gang violence. And I'll do you one further. He has one of the largest following... I might get exploded for that joke. No. He has one of the largest following... See, I've already talked about this kind of thing, so I'm not even going to get mad or react. It's like, no, I've already addressed that exact kind of thing. I agree. If they talk about gang violence in the whole, right? They were just him specifically quoting him. He was talking about violence with guns, right? Rightfully so. And that's what I mean. Like, in certain people's eyes, like yours and others who suffer at the hands of his hateful rhetoric, they'll view it as a rightful justice, which is their prerogative, right? I don't care either way. I'm looking for truth. If the truth hurts their feelings, well, the right like to say the facts don't care about your feelings a lot, right? This is exactly, you get to use it against them now. Well, the facts don't care about your feelings. It is ironic. It's the definition of irony. So you can either say it sucks, you could say I don't want it to happen to me, and you can say it is ironic, right? There is no mutual exclusiveness there. It's not like you can only have one, you can't have the other. If you take one, the other disintegrates, right? You can have both. It could be ironic, it could be funny, and it can be sad. That's dark humor, right? That's pretty much the whole point of Dark Souls, is dark humor, because some of the things in that game are genuinely funny, and the developer said they put it in as a joke, and the main theme of the game is a dark, fucked up tragedy. So some of my favorite shit is that's a pretty fair perspective. Thank you. But I already talked about this at length a month ago, so I'm just keeping consistent with my beliefs. I don't think violence is the answer to an argument. Violence is the answer to violence, because that's self-defense. If someone is trying to harm you or your existence, whether it be through physical violence or their hateful rhetoric inciting violence, that's illegal. If I tell someone you should go kill the president, that's fucking illegal and crazy, right? And that is what he was doing.